In this video, we're going to learn to find the 5-number summary on our calculator. The data below represent the average annual number of births during the year 2017 per 1,000 persons in the population at mid-year for 10 countries in North America. So here are the countries listed. These are 10 countries in North America. Here is the birth rate out of every 1,000 persons, and it looked like they checked this mid-year in the year 2017. We're asked to find the 5-number summary for the birth rate using the stat function of your calculator. So the 5-number summary is the minimum, the first quartile, the second quartile or the median, the third quartile, and the maximum. So we are going to use the recommended TI-30XS Multiview calculator. First, we want to enter the data. So we're going to hit this button, data, and everything I press will be up here. So I hit data, and I notice I have some data in here already. So you can use this button to delete it, but it's usually easier if you see this and you want to put in new data. Just click data again, and it'll give you options to clear the list. So the leftmost column list was list 1, so I'm going to clear that. And even though I don't need list 2, I'm going to clear that also. So now our data is empty, and I am going to enter the birth rates, this right-hand column, into list 1. So I hit 24, then enter. So basically just hit the data values and hit enter to move to the next one. So I've entered all the data values. I'm on the 10th, 12.5, and I hit enter. Okay. Remember it said that there were 12 or 10 countries, and I have 10 data points. This blank one, I'd put something in here if we had it, is number 11, so that helps me verify that I've put in all 10 data values. So now to find, I'm going to clear this key history. To find our 5-number summary, I'm going to hit second and data, which takes us to the stats option. Okay. Here we have one variable or two variable stats. We have one variable, so we're going to hit enter. And this first row says data. Our data was in list 1, so we're going to leave that. And the second row says frequency. So notice in this case, our frequencies are all 1. We don't have another column that says that there were 3 countries that had a birth rate of 24. If you have a frequency column and you're doing this, you would change this to the frequency. You'd probably put your frequencies in L2. But we will leave it on 1. Then we'll use the arrow and ask it to calculate. Now the first few numbers we don't need. That's the number of data points. This is the mean. This is the sample standard deviation. So I'm just going to use the down arrow, the population standard deviation. Let's just get to what we need. Okay. So 7, 8, and 9, we have our minimum, first quartile, and median. Okay. And there's Q3, or third quartile, and the maximum. And you can move through them just by using the up or down arrows. So we should write these values down for good measure, which I've already done. The minimum was 10.3, Q1 15.5, Q2 17.8, Q3 22.4, and the maximum is 24.1. So you could also use the calculator to check any of these values if you find them by hand to verify your work. And I suggest if you're taking an exam or a quiz, you might want to run through this process twice, enter the data twice to make sure you're not making any data entry errors. It's easy to punch in these data values, but again, it's very easy to leave out a decimal point or make a comma, or you forget to hit enter and then you have 2 values on the same line. Okay, so that's just a good way to check your work during a testing situation.